Hello, guys. This is the Ranger Gamer 06 here. How's everyone doing today? And hope you guys had a good Christmas. I did. And today, be a little bit different. I'm actually doing a video game review this time, so I'm excited for that. And today, well, you can tell by the title of my video, uh, I'm going over my Mortal Kombat collection. Now, Mortal Kombat is like, me and my brothers, childhood game. We grew up playing it. The first time we played it, I believe was Sega Genesis. My uncle had a Sega Genesis, and we played it on that. We played the first two. He never had a third one. We rented we rented the third game on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this franchise I really, really like. It's the characters, I guess. The characters really stood out to me. I love the story. And this is coming from a guy who is not big on fighting games. I've never been a big fan of fighting games. And I'm still not, not really. Mortal Kombat, though, that's a game I love. And I think a lot of people would agree that the reason people love it is because of fatalities. You can't go wrong with fatalities. Fatalities is like, I mean, that's the reason why people love it so much. Me, yeah, that was a reason too. But like I said, the character stood out. I love the character, the story, and I was such a. I mean, I'm still a huge fan. But back in the day, in the '90s, I was such a huge fan. I actually went as Raiden uh, on Halloween. It was so cool. It's like my favorite costume, I think. It was actually homemade. 'Cause my brother had joined. He did karate. I don't know if he was still doing it. I think he was done, and so I borrowed his karate outfit. My dad got the hat for me. It was made out of styrofoam. I remember that, and for some reason, I was the Mortal Kombat 2 version of Raiden, So I had the thing on, but mine was red instead of blue. Cause I remember my mom asking me, "Do I want red or blue?" I know blue is the original, that's how he really looks, but I chose red because, uh, simply because it was my favorite color. So I thought so technically I was a player 2 version of Raiden, I guess, but those were good times, I love it. And, I just wanna start out, now I did play the first 3, I own it, but it's digital. I don't have the physical copy of it, but, I got it on the, PlayStation 3, and it's got Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and, it's really good. If you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, you can buy I think it's like $10. So, yeah, you get all 3 games, and I remember Mortal Kombat 2 was, like, the hardest one of all. I put on very easy, and I will still get my butt whooped. It is not an easy game. It's fun, and I think it's a lot of people's favorites, I think, it was really good. So, now I got it right here, my collection, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over it, kinda share it with you guys. So, here we go. I'm gonna start with Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. This is the PlayStation version. This is a side, you can't really see it. Yeah. It's a little dirty. I bought this used off from eBay. In the back of it. Yeah. And let me tell you, this game is not easy. It is difficult. I had to use a Game Shark just to get through the game. I still die in some parts, like platforming. Uh, but it's not. I mean, the story was okay, the cutscene, they actually used live action actors, you know, and, yes, it's the acting is cheesy, but the costume was really well done. It looks just like the video game, so that was really cool. But yeah, it's, not an easy game. A lot of people avoid this, and I don't blame them. And this is canon, by the way. For those who don't know, this takes place before the first game, before the first tournament. Before they go up against Shang Tsung. So this is kind of like Sub Zero. What he was doing before he joined the first tournament, and I'll show the inside of it. You got Quan Chi. He's in the game. That's the actor. I don't know their names. Uh, I'll get the booklet out. Hang on. Yeah, see, it's got a bonus. It's Mortal Kombat 4 sneak preview. So this came out actually this and Mortal Kombat 4 came out the same year, I think, but this came out first. And yeah, there's Sub Zero right there. Um, yeah, you gotta love Extraction, man. I know games nowadays don't have uh instruction manuals. I like them just because they look at cool pictures. And there's Quan Chi again. Now that I think about it, I think this was Quan Chi's first appearance. I thought it was Mortal Kombat 4, but I think it was this game when we first meet Quan Chi. Uh, and there's Raiden, one of my favorite characters. Your power ups right here, your items like potions and stuff. Uh, yeah, and the graphics and the gameplay is it's very much like uh the first three. Same graphic. You could tell it was motion captured. And and here you got a little story, tell you what's about. And basically the gist of it is you're after Shinnok's amulet, which I think that's Shinnok's first appearance as well, before he became a playable character alongside with Quan Chi uh, in Mortal Kombat 4. And actually, there's another now. If you don't know who that is, see, it says "Gotta Win." Now, this is his first appearance in this game as well. But in Mortal Kombat 4, he's playable, and they gave him a name. So if you don't know who that is Fusion. But at the time, he was just called Gotta Win. There's another boss, God of Water. Uh, yeah, there's Sub Zero right there. My thumb is at. You got God of Fire, which kind of looks like Raiden to me. Then you got Scorpion right here, and then God of Earth, like a golem type creature. But those are your boss fights. Yeah, it isn't in the back of it. It doesn't have the picture of Shinnok, but he's in it. Actually, he's the main antagonist. But yeah, basically you're after Shinnok's amulet. If you guys are familiar with the lore, Shinnok or the amulet is what gives Shinnok his power. So without the amulet, Shinnok is weak. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, Mythology Sub Zero, and this was also on the Super Nintendo 64. And I know me and my brother rented this years ago, late 90s, but I can't remember if it was this one or the N64. I can't remember, but I remember playing it. Like I said, this game is not easy. It is hard. And the controller are awkward. Like, in most games, when you jump over an enemy, your character will automatically turn around, right? This one, he doesn't. So, like, if I were to come over an enemy, Sub-Zero is still facing the other way, so you had to hit it's one of the shoulder buttons. I think it's L1 or R1, and you had to hit the shoulder button to turn around, and that's really awkward. So, yeah, this was not a lot of people's favorites. I like it because of the lore. Like I said, it's canon, as far as I know it is. So that's the reason why I got it. Plus, I'm just a huge Mortal Kombat fan, so so I gotta have it in my collection. I can't remember how much I paid for it though, but I got it from eBay. So that's that one. Uh, Next we got Mortal Kombat Trilogy. This is the greatest hits. Now, I also bought this on eBay. That's not a crack. That's the booklet. It had a crease on it. I didn't know that. Here's the. It's blurry. I apologize. In the back of it, there's your rosters, all your characters. Now, to avoid confusion, now it says Mortal Kombat Trilogy, right? That does not mean it's all three games. That's what I thought when I was little. It's not. This is actually Mortal Kombat 3, but with every character from the first three games. So that means I can't remember all off the top of my head, but certain characters you hold down a button and you can play the Mortal Kombat 1 version. I know it's Raiden, Kano, I think Johnny Cage Liu Kang, and maybe Sonya. But Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I'm not for sure. Kung Lao, you could play as the Mortal Kombat 2 version of Kung Lao. You could play as a Mortal Kombat 2 version of Jax. So yeah, it's really cool. He had every character in this game. Uh, and that's why they call it trilogy. But I think it's a confusing title, misleading. Here's a booklet. It's got a crease on it. Back of it, just a warranty. Uh, yeah, it's got a bunch of like control, like just any other manual. You know, controls and how to select players. Choose your destiny. Now, this is also on the Super Nintendo 64, and I'll tell you the difference here in a minute. And what I forgot to mention, Mythology Sub-Zero is different. Like on the N64, there's no cutscene. Instead, they used still pictures and have a subtitle, and you read what they're saying. Yeah, so I prefer the PS1 version because it's almost like you're watching a movie. So if you're planning on getting it, get it on the PS1 and make sure you get a Game Shark too, because maybe you're good at it, but I'm not. I mean, I've seen people on YouTube beat it without cheats, but I can't. It's hard. You get your special moves right here. Basic moves. I know it's got a list of characters. Yeah, that's everyone. And these are all playable characters. And I'm gonna go through them real fast for you guys. Kano, Reptile, Melina, Kung Lao, Shang Tsung, Sindel, Sector, Striker, Nightwolf, Shifa, Katana, Scorpion, Sonya, Smoke, Rain, Jade, Baraka, Johnny Cage, Ermac, Cabal, Noob Saibot, Sub-Zero Unmasked. That's the one with the scar. He's a younger brother. Uh, Sub-Zero Original. That's the first Sub-Zero from the first game. That's actually the Sub-Zero, the same Sub-Zero and Mythology Sub-Zero, same guy. You got Jax, Raiden, Cyrax, Liu Kang, Smoke, Human Smoke. Yeah, and the other Smoke is a cyborg ninja. And for a long time, me and my brother didn't know that. We thought there were two. They're not. They're the same characters. And this is the best part: Motaro, Shao Kahn, Goro, and Kantaro. That's right. This right here, you can actually play as these boss characters, and that's the difference between the PS1 version and the N64 version. The N64 version, because what it is, it's got the cartridge, right? So it cannot hold a whole lot of data. So on the N64 version, you can't play at the boss fights at all. I mean, Motaro and Shakan are there because, like I said, it's Mortal Kombat 3 storyline. I don't know if Goro and Kantar are on there, just to fight. I can't remember. But the PS1 version, you could play as them. And I think it's overpowered because I remember I was Motaro and I was putting my brother, and I kept whooping them. I mean, take a lot of damage. If you guys play this, you know what I'm talking about. Because like if say I was playing as Motaro or Goro, whoever, and you're playing as, say Scorpion, can I hit you? Did a lot of damage. These guys pack a punch, but still, it's fun to play. So there you go. That's Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the PS1. And again, between the two versions, I prefer the PS1 because, like I said, you get to play as a boss. I mean, that's really cool. And this is the first game, to my knowledge, this is the first game where you play as a boss, like Shakan, Goro, and all them. So that's Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Now, and this isn't the last one for the PS1 PlayStation. Mortal Kombat 4. This game is good. I mean, I look at it now, it's cheesy, but at the time, you know, it was uh, cool. Yeah, you can see the sticker residue. I think I got this at Game Exchange. I think I had a store credit, and I can't remember the bucks for this, so I had to get it. But this is Mortal Kombat 4. You got Goro, Raiden, and Tanya. This is her first appearance. And then here's a side, kind of dark red. And this is also greatest hits. And the back of it. Now, this was the first Mortal Kombat game to be in 3D. And it was the last game to be on the arcade. And I didn't know that this was on the arcade, but it was. And it wasn't just the first three, but so was this. And this came out also in '97, I think, the same year Mythology Sub-Zero. So yeah, and think I think you could play as Goro. I think there's a cheat you could put it in, and you could play as Goro. Uh, and I'll show you the booklet. There's a cover, the back of it, and you got your controls. Now they also released this on the Dreamcast. It's called Mortal Kombat Gold. Uh, and it's technically Mortal Kombat 4. I'm just gonna look it up real quick because I'm curious. Because the difference is Mortal Kombat Gold. They added more characters. Uh, to my knowledge, that's the only difference. I think. Hang on one second. I know it's Kung Lao. I want to say Burka, Cyrax, and Molina, I think. Uh, I think it's the same graphics too. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I was close. Baraka, Cyrax, Katana, Molina, Kung Lao, and Sector. So yeah, and I think yeah, new weapon. I think new stages. So that's the difference between this and Mortal Kombat Gold. Now, I don't know if it's got particular characters in this or not. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know if you guys grew up playing old games like I did, because old games you gotta have a memory card to save. Those were the good old days, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So it does have characters. You got Raiden. There's Fusion I was telling you about. That got a win in Mythology Sub Zero. And there's another thing about this game, Mythology Sub Zero. It does not give you hardly any hints. It did not tell you how to defeat this boss. Back then, I think internet was expensive. So you couldn't just look it up, and and you would never guess how you're supposed to beat him. This guy Fusion. It's like whenever you get his health bar to zero, he would automatically go to the middle of the stage, and like he makes this tornado and it sucks you in. And when that happens, uh, he kills you in one hit, like game over. So you're thinking, how am I supposed to do it? And get this, it doesn't matter which side, but you have to crouch against the wall and hold down D-pad thing. And whenever he starts doing his tornado, if you do it right, Sub Zero will automatically hang on. Like, how are we supposed to know that? It's weird. Uh, you got Jarek. Uh, he's I guess they're friends. He's friends with Kano, and that's one thing I forgot to mention. Kano, now he works for the crime organization called I think the Black Dragon, and he's one of the members. Uh, he wasn't in a whole lot of games, and this one, I think this is the first Mortal Kombat game where you actually have weapons. They have their own weapon. Like Fusion has a crossbow. Jarek has a black dragon sword. Uh, you got Jax. His is a spike weapon. You got Johnny Cage, his a sword. Uh, Kai. I don't know much about his origin or his story. I don't think he was a huge character. He's got a Garuka knife, and of course, Liu Kang. I thought this is cool because, this is the first time we see Liu Kang wearing a tank top, just like in the movies, except in the movies it was white, not red. But there's Liu Kang, and his weapon is a dragon sword. Now that I look at it, it looks like you can't really see, I don't think, but it looks like a Soul Reaver sword. I just realized that. Uh, yeah, and there's Quan Chi, the guy I was telling you about. He was in Mythology Sub Zero, his first appearance. And then you got Raiden, and his weapon is a mace, or yeah, mace. And Raiden is a warhammer. You would think the staff would be his weapon, but it's not. It's a warhammer, which doesn't make sense because the warhammer. If you got to play Mortal Kombat games, the warhammer is actually Shao Kahn's signature weapon, but it's still cool. And you got Rico. His is a spiked club, kind of like Jax. And this is cool because his outfit looked like a ninja. So I'm always wondering, has he wore a mask before? So again, like Jarek, his or just not really that big. I don't know much about him. And then you got Reptile. His weapon is an axe. And this is the first time we see Reptile in like his, like he actually looks like a reptile. He's not the classic green ninja from Mortal Kombat 2. I remember when I first saw him, I was like, hmm, I don't know. I mean, he looks cool, but I prefer the green ninja reptile. That's just me. And then you got Scorpion. I know that's a lot of people's favorite character. Including my brother. He likes Scorpion, and his is a long sword. And there's Shinnok again. His first appearance was Mythology Sub Zero, and he has a battle staff, and he's playable. Now uh he's the main antagonist, by the way, but he's playable too. And then Sonya, I love her outfit. For the first, I think this is the only, oh, this is the first game where she has the hat, and she has a wind blade weapon. Cool character, I like her. Sub Zero, my other favorite character. This particular Sub Zero is my favorite. Now you can't tell because he's wearing a mask for the first time, but this is the younger brother. This is the one with the scar. Because his first appearance was actually, I forgot to mention this, and I didn't know for a long time. And some of you guys may not know this, but uh, if you play Mortal Kombat 2, like the original Mortal Kombat 2, that's not the same Sub Zero from the first game. No, it was him. Because this may be a spoiler, but if you guys been playing the series, you know how it goes. Because in the first game, like the way the storyline goes, the original Sub Zero gets killed by Scorpion because what happened was, uh, I guess at some point after Quan Chi disguised as, because Quan Chi has the same ability as Shang Tsung. They can, uh, turn to other people, and he turned to Sub Zero and killed Scorpion's family. And the army, the Lin Kuei, that's his clan, the Lin Kuei. Uh, they're like the cryomancer, I think is what they're called. And now his people thought they were following the lead, the real Sub Zero. They had no idea it was Quan Chi. But anyway, he killed Scorpion's or family, his wife and child. And Scorpion actually thought, Sub Zero did it, but he, turned out it was Quan Chi. It was Quan Chi. But Scorpion didn't know that, of course. So he killed Sub Zero in the tournament. And of course, Quan Chi resurrects Sub Zero, the original Sub Zero, not this one, and he becomes Noob Saibot. Yep, the original Sub Zero and Noob Saibot are the same person. When I found that out, I thought that just blew my mind. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, so yeah, I know well, you can't see it, but he's got the scar. You can see the scar on his, I think it's his left eye. Yeah, I think. And his weapon is a eye scepter. And I think that's all of them. Nope. Tanya, she's a brand new character, just like Jarek and Rico. Uh, and her weapon is a boomerang. And then Goro. Yeah, really cool. And my brother used to have an action figure of him years ago. But again, uh, I can't tell if you could play as Goro. I think you can. You got to have some kind of cheat to play as him. But yeah. But there you have it. That's Mortal Kombat 4. And of course, just like any Mortal Kombat game, uh, each character has their own story, like their own ending. And before I forget, I forgot to mention this. Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, it's actually not a fighting game. It's more of a story-driven game. I think that's what drew me to it. 'Cause I remember when it first came out, I was like, "What? That's awesome!" And then my brother started playing it, and oh my god, it was not easy. But I have a lot of memories, a lot of good memories playing it. So now we're gonna go on with the PS2, and I'm gonna start with uh, Shaolin Monks. And there's once again you got Goro in the middle. Actually, I think it's Goro, and you got Kung Lao, Liu Kang. You can't really see it. That's Scorpion and Baraka. Now this is another story game, just like Mythology Sub Zero. It's not a fighting game, and this can be played as co-op, and it is fun. Uh, and this is based on Mortal Kombat 2. So the way the it's showing you the end of the first tournament, which is the first game, and then Mortal Kombat 2 start, and that's when this starts. But yeah, you can play it single player or two player. This is the side. Yeah. In the back of it, you got Goro kicking Kung Lao's butt. I don't think Goro is playable. Now there is two ways. Now you can play as Scorpion Sub Zero. Uh, to my knowledge, there's two ways. I think you got to beat the game and you will unlock it. I think, unless you got to find secrets throughout the game. I think there's secrets. Maybe you got to find out the secrets to unlock them. I can't remember. But there's also cheats, I think. You can just type it in and it will unlock it. Game card codes, I think you can unlock it. I can't remember if I trick is me and with my buddies played this years ago. We were still in high school and we had a blast playing this game. It was awesome. It was really awesome. I'm gonna show you the booklet too. Here's the inside of it. Now I think this was they did a Mortal Kombat collected for the PS2. They did several of it. They did one for this. I think Devil May Cry. I know they did one with Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, but Mortal Kombat was one of them. Uh, it came with the other two games, which I have. I will get to them. The only game it did not come with was Mortal Kombat 5 Daily Alliance. But it was this and the other two games. But I will tell you that uh, here in a few minutes. But here's the booklet. Now, of course, multi-instruction manual, the suffering ties that bind. I used to have this game, but I sold it. I wish I kept it. I had the first two games. These are really good games. Survival horror. I love it. The first one is scarier, in my opinion. Yeah, coming fall 2005. I was still in high school. Yeah, I was probably in junior or 11th grade. Yeah, I was in junior when this game came out. So let's look through the booklet. So just like any other booklet, you can get your table of contents, controls and stuff. Oh, and there's Shang Tsung, and that's how he looks in the first game too. That's another thing that just occurred to me. I wish you could play this version and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. That would have been cool. Yeah, you got co-op, you got versus mode. Yeah, see, it's got the story of it. But like I said, I mean, I just like I told you guys, this is based on Mortal Kombat 2. And as far as I know, this is no longer canon. But don't let that get to you. I still recommend it. It's still a fun game to play. Just because it's not canon, it doesn't mean it's not, any less fun. It's still a fun game to play. So if you never played this, and you're a huge Mortal Kombat fan, you need to go out and buy it. It should be much. And I'm sure you can find it easy on eBay or Amazon. It's a really fun game to play. Um, you got your controls and the menus. Like these are your controls. Uh, Single player HUD, like your HP and all that. Here's the characters. Yeah, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and it had like a little story. And then here it had like their special moves and stuff, you know. Yeah, that's cool. Attack style, you got combat style. And other characters are in this too. I know Scorpion Sub Zero, Johnny Cage, I think Sonya, uh Kano, I think he's in this. Kantaro is in this because we all know he was in Mortal Kombat 2 because he took over Goro's place. It shows how to wall jump, wall climb, just basic control stuff. I know it's not very good quality there, but yeah, character health. I mean, just basic stuff. You can get weapons in this game. Uh, oh, that's cool. I know they have this. Got a little record. So, like, if you and your buddy are playing, if you have a high score, you can write it down. But that'd be a good way to cheat. I could put any number down, and people will believe me. But I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I'm not gonna write anything on it. I like to keep it blank. I don't like writing in manuals. I kind of used to do it when I was a kid, but as I got older, I didn't want to do that. I like to keep it in good condition. And of course, you have your credits, all the people who were involved in this game. Uh, yeah, more credits. And Blitz, the league, a football game. Doesn't say when it's coming out. But anyway, that's more Kombat Shilling Monks for the PlayStation 2. Now I know I think it's also on the original Xbox. I don't think it was on the GameCube. I think it was just uh, the PS2 and the Xbox. But good game if you haven't played it. Now on to Mortal Kombat 5 Deadly Alliance. There's a cover. Now, I barely play this. It's a good game. I just kind of play a little bit. I will play it again for sure. And this is the back of it. Now, the ring is called Day Alliance. Uh, I don't know the story on top of my head. I know that Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, they kind of team up. It's why it's called Day Alliance. And of course, the V here is a Roman number for 5. So, yeah, Mortal Kombat 5. Uh, I might show you the back of it. If I did, I apologize. But here it is again. Yeah. And kind of a spoiler alert. So if you haven't played this game, if you're not familiar with Mortal Kombat, pause this video right now, play the game and watch, and then come back and watch this video later. But Liu Kang gets killed in this one. I I think it was Shang Tsung because they tricked them. They were disguised as Kung Lao, his friend, but it was really Shang Tsung. I think it was Shang Tsung or Quan Chi, and one of them, I think it was Shang Tsung. I think he snaps his neck. And that's how Liu Kang gets killed. So when I first saw that, I was like, "Really? Are you kidding me?" But yeah, that was very shocking. Here's the manual for it. Yeah, Most of my stuff I bought this used, I think, so that's why they're not, like, 100% good condition. Uh, yeah, so you got your controls. Yeah, and there's your story, and there's Quan Chi. This is how they look. Quan Chi, and that's, Shang Tsung, and you have the story. Uh, I'm going ahead and read you because I'm actually curious. With the aid of the Thunder God known as Raiden, Earthrealm's mightiest heroes have repelled all invasions from otherworldly forces through a tournament known as Mortal Kombat. Although there has been relative peace for many years, a new threat to Earthrealm has emerged. And this time, the threat of evil has two faces. In an attempt to seize control all the realms, the sorcerers Shang Tsung and Quan Chi have joined forces and are prepared to revive the lost army of the mythological Dragon King. Now, I think Dragon King is the main antagonist in this one. Should they succeed, they will be unstoppable. Once again, Earthrealm's heroes must venture to Outworld and combat the forces of evil. They must act now. They must stop this deadly alliance. So that's the story right here. And options, controls, you know, fighter selection. Yeah, well, you can't really see him, but that's Sub Zero. He's a little bit older. Like he's got gray hair or stuff, so that's cool. Uh, yeah, that's Sub Zero and Raiden are my favorite characters. I love Ermac. I love Motaro, the guy with the half horse body. He's always like a unique character to me. In the arena, and there's Raiden right there. Another cool character. Oh, got all the fighters. I did not know that. Kenshi. I don't know if this was his first game, but he's a guy with the blindfold. Uh, Ray Chow. I think it's Cho. He's a chubby guy. One of his attacks is disgusting. He vomits. Yeah, he vomits. That's one of his attacks. I'm like, really? But he's one of the good guys. Cyrax, he's in it. Uh, oh gosh, Draman, he's right here. Uh, he's the Nether Realm. Ani Drummond has aided Quan Chi in his escape from the Nether Realm. Okay, so he helped Quan Chi escape. So yeah, because in Mortal Kombat 4, Scorpion traps him in his own world. So in Mortal Kombat 5, he gets it back out. Frost, she's yeah, she's a newly recruited to the Lin Kuei clan. Frost aids Sub Zero in his fight with the Deadly Alliance. So she's like Sub Zero's student. She's a cool character. They give her as like a female version of Sub Zero, really, pretty much. Uh, I cannot pronounce his name, so I apologize. Suho. He looks like Bison from Street Fighters. You got Jax, and he's wearing a beret. That's really cool. Yeah, Johnny Cage, of course. Kano, uh, Katana, awesome. Kung Lao, which is weird. He's not wearing his hat in this one. I did not know that. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. Like I said, I barely played this game. I didn't play a whole lot of it. Uh, Lee May, she's she's a native of Outworld. Okay, cool. I think there's more. Hang on. Yeah. And this guy, I do not like this guy. I think he's the goofiest character. His name is Movadu. He's he kind of like one of those Spanish dancers, like tap dancers with like a rose in their mouth. You know, they go like this. I mean, why? You know, uh, Nitera. She's awesome. She's got like demon wings, and she's a vampire. Searches for the artifact that will separate her realm from Outworld. Okay. And then you got Quan Chi, uh, Raiden, and the Reptile. Again, Reptile is no longer the Green Ninja. Scorpion, again, awesome character. Yeah, he's got sword on his back. That's really cool. Shang Tsung right here, and Sonya Blade, and then Sub Zero. Yeah, these two characters here, Sub Zero and Raiden, are my favorite characters. And then Moloch, says the end boss. My bad. I thought it was the Dragon King. I guess it's Moloch. He's the last boss. Uh, Moloch has ventured from his home realm into Outworld through a portal opened by the sorcerer Quan Chi. His lust for mortal flesh will soon be awakened. Hmm. Okay, yeah, and I'll just read Sub Zero. This is when Sub Zero becomes the Grandmaster. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that either. Yeah. So he's a grandmaster, which makes sense because Frost is a student. And then you have the crypt and like codes. And I apologize. I know this video could be long, and I don't mean it to be. I just kind of like go through more Come collection. So, uh, Fight Records, make you some snacks, make you some popcorn, and sit back and relax and watch this video. That's what I do when I watch long videos. I give me some snacks. You got other games, Defender and Haven. At the back of it, uh, Adema. I never heard of this game actually. I may look into this. But anyway, that's Mortal Kombat 5 Deadly Alliance. And I don't know, I think it has a story mode. I think. I'm not for sure. And I know, guys, bear with me here. Mortal Kombat Deception. This is a Dragon King. My bad. Yeah, for some reason I thought he appeared in Deadly Alliance, but no, it's this one. This is where you go against the Dragon King. Yeah, here's the spine, the back of it. You got Baraka looking awesome, and I know for a fact this has a story mode. I'm trying to. It's called Conquest Adventure. Uh, I'm gonna just read a little thing. An ancient evil has returned from beyond death and threatens the very existence of the realms. Will the champion of the elder gods have the power to defeat this threat born on deception? Cool, cool. Here's the inside of it. And I'll show you the manual. Same cover. And Shadowheart. I don't know if it's RPG. That's by Midway. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. I should have mentioned this in the beginning of this video. Uh, the company that made these Mortal Kombat games were called Midway, but now they're called NetherRealm Studios, I think. So your manual controls, memory card. Gotta make sure you have good memory, but man, it was a hassle. Yeah, your main menu stuff. Uh, yeah, just like how to play the game, and stuff. I don't know if it's got characters in it. There's your crypts again. Uh, Conquest realms. You got Earth realm, Outworld, Nether realm, Cedo, the realm of order, the realm of chaos, Adenia, the Nexus. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna have the list of characters. If it does, I'll show it to you guys. Oh, speak of the devil. And there's are your Mortal Kombat Section fighters. Uh, Ashra. She kind of looks like a. She reminds me of the female version of Raiden. And you got Baraka, Bo Rachel. Forgive me if I mispronounce his name. Uh, Dario. I don't know what he is. Oh, he got places where they're from. Realm of Order. Bo Rachel from the Outworld. I didn't know that. I thought he was Earth Realm. And then you got Darius. Yeah, he's some of his characters I'm not really familiar with, and he wasn't in a whole lot of game. Same thing with her, and with him. Ermac. Yep. Uh, Place of origin unknown. Wow, he's a good guy. I didn't know that one. Allies, Kanchi and Liu Kang. Huh. Okay. Cabal, Earth Realm, Cobra. He looks like Ken from Street Fighters. Molina. Yeah, really cool. Outworld. Nightwolf. Earth Realm, yeah. And then you got Scorpion, Earth Realm, and Sub-Zero, Earth Realm. And I don't like this version of Sub-Zero at all. I know he looks like you can't really see him really good, but he looks like Shredder from Ninja Turtles. I don't like that at all. Yeah, out of all the Sub-Zero versions, this is my least favorite. Nah. And yeah, you got user agreement, credits, and yeah, the back of it. But that's more Deception. I guess you could say this is like more Combat 6, I think. Yeah, part 6. And one more for the PlayStation 2 is I think this is part 7. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. There's a side and the back of it. And I forgot this one has Mortal Kombat Racing in this one. And oh yeah, you can see Kentaro and Motaro. Now this is actually similar to Mortal Kombat Trilogy I was telling you about. Uh, and what I mean by that, you play as all the characters. And yes, because it says about back here, once again, you can play as Motaro and Kentaro. You can play as Goro, Shao Kahn. Yeah. So you can play the bosses for the first time in 3D. So this is kind of like Mortal Kombat Trilogy. It has all the characters. And the story mode is basically it's about every realm going against each other. You know, there's a story behind it, but kind of spoiler alert because canon wise, the story is everybody dies except for Shao Kahn and Raiden were the last two standing, and that will make sense in the next game I'm going to do. So just bear with me a few more minutes. I will explain it. But here's a booklet to this one. The back of it is just like you sign up and get like free exclusives, I think. Booklets. Oh, that's one thing. One of the biggest feature I forgot to mention. You can create your own fighter. It's not that exciting. Okay, I've tried it. It's not a whole lot of stuff. It doesn't. It's not in detail. So trust me, it's not that you're not missing anything if you haven't done this. You know, but I still recommend this game. You know, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, yeah, I would buy this one for sure. But create your fighter, not. I know you can change your hair color in it, but it's not like you know the Fallout games, you know, or the newer ones. It's not like, you know, Mass Effect or Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's not that detailed. A good example will be The Sims, I think. So it's not that exciting. Uh, it just tell you how to play the game. Uh, Options and stuff. You can choose blood level, low, medium, or high. Me personally, definitely high. It's Mortal Kombat. It's bloody. It's supposed to be bloody. Anyway, yeah, just like basic stuff, how to play the game. Yeah, you can't really see, but look, that's a lot of character. That's your roster right there. And again, this may have character bios. I hope they do. No, just license agreement, warranty, stranglehold for the PlayStation 3. Yeah. Anyway, more color on again. Like I said, story wise, uh, you know, the huge tournament, and everyone's fighting for this power. I can't remember. It actually it's the last boss. He's like this lava person, and I cannot remember his name. It's Chaos. I could be wrong, but anyway, everyone's fighting for that power. Supposed to be the biggest tournament, and everyone ends up killing each other. I was like, kind of depressing. Really, for a long time, this kind of ended the series, and I remember being disappointed. I'm like, why will they just kill off a bunch of characters? Why? But, however, I believe it was either 2011 or 2012. Uh, the company, well, actually at the time it's now called the NetherRealm Studios, and they decided to make a reboot, and they did. Well, a soft reboot. The first game on the next gen PlayStation 3, Mortal Kombat. It's just called Mortal Kombat, but technically it's Mortal Kombat 9. And that's what bugs me. I don't know what Mortal Kombat 8 was. There was a Mortal Kombat on the excuse me, on the PSP. I don't know if that's Mortal Kombat 8 or not. Well, this is considered Mortal Kombat 9. And this takes place right after Armageddon. And as you can see, I love this cover. You got Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other. Now, this is just a regular version. This is not the Ultimate Collection. There's Raiden. The Ultimate Collection had other character. It had Raiden, or not Raiden. I'm sorry, Raiden's already in this game. Freddy Krueger. He was a fighter, but it was the remake version of Freddy Krueger, not the Robert Englund. So I was disappointed in that. But so yeah, so I had to buy it separately if I want to play it Freddy Krueger. But I'm not too worried about it. And this is the first game I think where they use monster characters as fighters. And Freddy Krueger was the first one. I'll get more into it in the next game. But yeah, so this takes place after Mortal Kombat Armageddon, uh, Combat Pass. I mean, it got nothing to hide because this is old, so it's expire anyway. I think this came out 2011 or 2012. If I can find it, 2011, and I just realized I did not know I had this. It's another Melina classic costume. Now this is the Mortal Kombat 3 version of Melina, but of course, like I said, it's an old game. It's expired, so I can't get it. But I'm not too worried about it. Manual. I don't know if this kid's a manual or not. I bought this used at a flea market, by the way. And this is, yeah, so it's a soft reboot. What I mean by that is it's a reboot, but at the same time, it continues from where the previous game left off. So it does continue to Armageddon. Because what happened was, if you haven't played this game, it's going to be a little bit of spoiler. What happened was, see, Raiden has his amulet, and apparently, the way it starts off is that we're seeing the last battle at the end of Armageddon. Everybody's dead, and Raiden and Shao Kahn are the last ones standing, and Shao Kahn is fixing to kill off Raiden because Shao Kahn wins, by the way. And what happened was Raiden's amulet cracks or something. I forgot what causes it, and or no, he grabs his medallion and he sends a message to his old self in the past, right before Shao Kahn kills him. So now the gang goes back in the past, and we're seeing the first turn from the first game, and Raiden sends a message like, "Wait a minute," because he knows that his medallion cracks. Because apparently the whole time he had a medallion. So anyway, so Raiden kind of hears this message from his future self, and so now he has to correct the timeline. So basically, this game covers the first three games. So think of it as a remake, sort of. Because like I said, he goes back in time, his consciousness. So now Rain has to fix the problem. So that way, Armageddon won't happen. 'Cause that's the gist of it. It's about Raiden preventing Armageddon. And this game is awesome. If you haven't played this one, you gotta play it. Play this before you play the next two games, which I'm finishing the review right now. But yeah, so anyway, and I think this is the only Mortal Kombat game that was out for the PS3. We didn't get any more, but fantastic game. And now for the PS4. Now this is the like a game of the year edition, I guess you would say. Mortal Kombat 10. or I should say, Mortal Kombat Extra Large. It's Mortal Kombat 10 with all the characters, and Goro is playable. And yes, he gets his own fatalities finally. I'm so happy. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. Whatever. I think he only has two fatalities. They're awesome. And you got Leatherface, uh, Trigor. What this is, uh, I don't know why they did this. I feel like it was lazy. Basically, Trigor is all three cyborg. It's Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke. So yeah, and you can change. Actually, what it is, you can switch cyborgs. So if you play this game and you play as this character, you can switch between cyborgs, which is really cool. So basically, it's three characters in one. And Goro, of course, Jason, Voorhees, because like I said in Mortal Kombat 9, if it was Freddy Krueger, here you got Jason, Leatherface, and you got Predator and Alien, Xenomorph. And yes, they all have fatalities. I did see them all, but I forgot what they all were. I know the Alien, one of them was a Tucker, and the chest burster comes out of the opponent. I think. Oh no, and the other one was the Queen Alien. The Queen Alien comes up behind you and like rips you in half. It's really cool. But yeah, here's a spine. And there you go. Uh, Not really. I mean, here's the inside of it. There's Sub-Zero. Yeah, it's not really a manual. It's just blank and like a warranty kind of thing. But yeah, this continues where Mortal Kombat 9 left off. And this one covers and this one they go after Shinnok. So I guess you could say this is kind of a remake of Mortal Kombat 4. And it's got new characters, in this. But Devora, Devora, she's like this insect lady. She's really cool. And then you got I can't think of the top of my head right now, but yeah. Oh, and it's got Kodo Khan. He's the new leader of Outworld. I guess he took over Shao Kahn. But yeah, this is a good game. And the story mode, uh, Sub Zero is not wearing a mask in the story mode. This is how he looks. Like uh, fighter fighting mode. Good game if you haven't played. If you haven't played this, I recommend this version because you're getting everything in one package. And then, and I just bought this maybe a few months ago. I bought it this year. I finally got it. Mortal Kombat 11. Now this is Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. And Shang Tsung. This is the actor who played as Shang Tsung in the movie. Actually, they use his likeness. Hang on, let me look up his name. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. Kari. They use his likeness. The Shang Tsung actor, you can tell. And there's Raiden, and there's the ending. Yeah. So in this one, you have the main game, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 11. You got Combat Pack, has the Terminator, Spawn, and a new character, new story. So, and it even has the DLC Aftermath, which takes place after the main game. And this is awesome. And I feel like this has way more cutscenes than gameplay. It feels like I'm watching a movie. Well, this is really, really good. Takes place after Mortal Kombat 10. So yeah, really good game. The back of it. Did I show you the back of it? I apologize if I did. Yeah, RoboCop. He's in it. Terminator, Spawn. Oh, Fusion, and Shifa. She's playable in this one. Yeah, excellent story. I mean, good game. You will love it. So if you're gonna play it, play the main game and then the aftermath. If you haven't played 10 or 9, play those first. And now, speaking of movies, like I was saying, the game had a lot of cussing and it felt like I was watching a movie. So, and this is a double feature. And I had this for a while. I think I bought it last year or 2 years ago. It's Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And the, the first book, yeah, here's the spine. Yeah, it's got a barcode sticker on it. The first one came out in 1995, and I remember this because me and my brother, when we first got into Mortal Kombat, I remember my uncle. I think he had it taken. Back then, people recorded stuff on TV. That's how we got our movies, or TV shows. And I remember that he recorded that, and he told us that there was a movie, and me and my brother got all excited. We're like, "Oh my gosh!" And we gotta watch this movie, and it's so good. The inside of it, it's nothing. Uh, these movies, I keep in mind, they're all movies. It's directed by Paul Anderson. That's the same director of Resident Evil. So yeah, um, the first movie was really good. You got what was it? Yeah, Christopher Lambert as Raiden. He played in Highlander, a while back. Robin Shaw, Luke Kane, Leslie Ashby as Johnny Cage, Bridget Wilson as Sonya Blade. Uh, she also played in a comedy movie, Billy Madison. Uh, Trevor Trevor Goddard as Kano. And speaking of Trevor, I did not know that he had passed. Uh, he committed suicide, drug overdose. He died 2003. He was 40. I never knew that for a long time, so that's really sad. But he did Kano. He did a good job as Kano, I think. You got Chris Casamassa as Scorpion, Franco's Petite as Sub Zero, and Keith Cook as Reptile. He's the same guy who played as Sub Zero and Annihilation with the scar. Uh, yeah, and Goro was a puppet. Goro was a puppet, like a robot. I think there was a guy inside of it, but yeah, but it's a good movie. It's based on the first game. Uh, you know, uh, Not good CGI at all. Reptile CGI was horrible, but I still like why I bought it because, well, I'm a huge fan of the series, and it's for nostalgic purposes. It brings so many childhood memories. This is one of my '90s memories, and then Annihilation came out in '97. Uh, for some reason, I never saw it in theaters. I don't know why. I think me and my brother begged our parents, we begged them to take it to go see, but we never saw it, so we had to wait until it came out on video. So we watched it. And at the time when I watched it, I liked it. But now I look at it, that movie made no sense at all. Because and before I go any further, sorry about that. Uh Mortal Kombat Annihilation is based off from Mortal Kombat 3. Uh They must have been in a hurry because they just threw a bunch of characters in it, like it just made no sense, they were just throwing in characters left and right. Like one scene, Sonya was in a canyon. I guess it's on Earth Rim. Yeah, because Mortal Kombat 3. And out of nowhere, Melina appears and her son starts fighting. It just made no sense to me. Like, there's no story behind these characters. They just appear out of nowhere, you know. Uh, well, another thing, and Sub Zero came flying in. Sub Zero doesn't fly. I don't understand that. It was kind of cool because when he first comes in, it was when Liu Kang could Tomer find smoke. And then Sub Zero comes in, he's like flying across like this, freezing. At the time it was cool, but now I look back and it's like, what in the world? It made no sense. But yeah, it was uh Shinnok is in it. Looks nothing like Shinnok at all. It's just like some old guy. Uh Brian Thompson as Shao Kahn. Now he played in other movies. He played in the Terminator, the first Terminator movie, which came out 1984. He was one of the bullies. He was one of the bull that the Terminator stole their clothes from. But anyway, he also played in Joe Dirt, I think. Uh, yeah, Shao Kahn was human because in the game, Shao Kahn is he's from Outworld. He's not human, and for some reason in the movie, Shinnok is Shao Kahn's father, and Shao Kahn has a brother, and it's Raiden. In the video game, that's not how. No, they're not related in the video games. I'm not for sure why they're related in the movie. I guess to be fair, at the time, the games weren't that clear, so no one knew how really the lore went. So Paul Anderson just had to roll with it. So I get that's why. But yeah, more Kombat Annihilation, bad movie. It's so cheesy, but man, I like watching it. Just like I said, for nostalgic purposes. It's good for a few laughs. Don't take it seriously at all. Okay? If you're gonna watch these movies thinking it's gonna be good, you're gonna be disappointed. And I got one more movie. Uh, and this is really cool. This is Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. Oops. Now this is an animated cartoon. It's a side. And the back, you got Sub Zero fighting Scorpion. Now I think this takes place before the first game. I think. Uh, it's got a slip cover, but it's not. It's the same. Yeah, and this is the latest one. This came out this year. I think it came out February or March of this year. So check your local Walmart. They may still have it. This is like $12. Uh, you got this is a really good one. I really like this one. What was that guy's name? He does the voice of Johnny Cage in this one. Joe Joe Haley. He used to do. I think it's Joe Haley. Let me look. Or Joe McHale. I'm sorry, Joe McHale. And he did the Community. That's what it was. The Community. It's a show sitcom, and he did the voice of Johnny Cage. Uh, Steve Blum does Bihon slash Sub Zero. Now Bihon, that's the original Sub Zero. Uh, you got Quan Chi, you got Jennifer Carpenter as Sonya, Robin Eckert Downs as Kano. He's a good voice actor. Um, Dave B. Mitchell as Raiden. Goro's on here, voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. Yeah. Uh, Great cartoon. Now, speaking of cartoon, they made two in the 90s. One was a movie. Cheesy, cheesy movie. Oh my god, this is so cheesy. And for some reason, they never released it on DVD or VHS. I don't know why. It's on, or I mean, DVD and Blu-ray. I'm sorry. So if you want to watch it, you have to get the VHS, unless it's on YouTube. But it's cheesy. Uh, Bad CGI. And another one was actually a show, and I don't know if it was on Kids Fox. My brother would know what I'm talking about. Now, again, I think this was been on Mortal Kombat 3 because they had Sub Zero, the Scar, and I don't know if that's on DVD or not. If it is, I'm gonna get it. But and then before I head out, though, there is a oh well, there's also Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2. It's a show that one was pretty interesting. It's kind of like a. I think what they were trying to do is make it like real life. Uh, but it's sad they never continue it. It was good, and you can get it free on Steam. Yeah, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. But it's Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2. And one more thing, and of course, they are rebooting it. Just called Mortal Kombat. Now, I got here, I don't know if this is accurate, but according to the teaser, April 16th, 2021. I got hiccups. 21, that's next year. And uh, it's a reboot. I know some of these guys, I'm not for sure. I'm sure they got the cast. It doesn't really say the story is. I'm going to assume uh, that it's based on the original film or the. I'm sorry. So anyway, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. Uh, Now I don't have all. I think there's five. There's more, but this is from Mortal Kombat 10, and I got this one from Kmart. Funko Pop. I got Raiden. This is the Mortal Kombat 10 version. There's his hat. Really cool. And Scorpion. There's a back. Oh, he got any weapons on him or not? No. That's Scorpion. And Sub-Zero. I like the little bandana he has on the back. And there's two more that I'm missing. I think it's Liu Kang and Katana in their, Wraith form. But I don't want to talk about that because that'd be a spoiler alert. But anyway, guys, I know this is my longest video, and I apologize. I didn't think it'd go over an hour, but I hope you guys enjoyed it though. But that's my first video game review. I know I threw in movies and my Funko Pops, but that's actually my more collection. I mean, that was the whole thing, and I'll buy some more stuff. More to come. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was long. This is the Ranger Gamer 06. I hope you really like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Uh, you know, Give it a thumbs up for me. That would appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a good Christmas. We still got New Year's to go, so we got that to look forward to. So anyway, guys, take it easy. Bye.